find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon. Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he's got room. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And some room to roam now. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance. And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful. It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Russell Wilson. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start with the option. Now the first running back drafted in April, this is Breece Hall. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers. Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Play action. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Wilson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
These are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Open man is Uzama. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Wilson. Going for it all. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. This is Hamler on the receiving end. Finding space at the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now Wilson. To Gordon, out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. The Broncos at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 33. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They go play action now. Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 33 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Returning it, here's Hamler. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Berrios now from his end zone.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 21-3 is your score after one.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. The drive will start with an option going left.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown.
Well, Charles, and now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
2nd down, here's an option right.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Play action. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Baron Browning
in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Quan Alexander from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Quan Alexander, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep.
Fielded at the 20. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point from McManus is good. And a round is on here in this first half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. On first down, Wilson. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. He was brought down there by Will Parks.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
First down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route, and he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On second down, Williams. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Now McManus on to kick this one off.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now it's Wilson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Hamler now on the return.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, if they score here, this one is pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
To try again after the snap, Wilson.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 35.
103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here comes Hamler on the jet sweep.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back. Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Now Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened.
And it'll be intercepted.
LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Well, PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
He'll give it to Hall to start the drive.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
72 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. They run it again with Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 28-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 148 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
One last shot for Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. But as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.